I'm like a schoolgirl. The year is 1965. My mother's just handed me tickets to see a band called The Beatles. I've started screaming in excitement, and I'm not going to finish for the next 72 hours. Darren Casey!
It's Darren Casey, but we could be called the Beatles for all you know. Yeah. Hi, Tony.
Hi, Darren.
I'm trying to stay calm, but my chest is beating.
Oh.
Tonka, 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 tonka.
Thump, thump, thump.
I've just appeared in the mist. I've got a nice hockey mask on.
Really?
No, I've got an axe and I've just put my head through a broken door and said, "Here's Johnny."
Hang on, is it Are You Okay Day? have you sharpened that axe?
I didn't say it to Jeff because he said he said I love you. Yes, he was saying that to his axe. They're all golden. They're beautiful pieces of humour, aren't they?
They are. And all courtesy of you.
Did you miss me?
You know I did. I was pining. I was inconsolable. I have missed you.
Did you miss me when I went to North Korea and came back in a coma? What are they doing over there?
That's happened to people.
I know. What kind of a country? So some guy gets into North Korea, and they go, well, give him back. Some diplomat, are you going to return the guy? And they give him back. The guy's in a coma. Well, what did you do to him? Nothing.
What?
The food must be terrible in North Korea. Why is he in a coma? Yeah, anyway.
He was like that when we found him.
Yeah, he was like that when we found him. Yeah, so we took him in.
Yeah, right.
So have you been fat-shamed by Lizzo?
Oh, isn't she great? Hey?
That's the best story. I know it's dated, but I'm not doing a segment every week, and who cares anyway?
Yeah.
We do jokes about Hitler, and that was like 80 years ago, so there. But when I heard that Lizzo was fat-shaming people, I have to say I cocked an eyebrow and started chuckling.
Why, how can you laugh at something as serious and as grave as fat-shaming, Darren? It kills people.
Oh, everything's gone so mental. I went on the news. I don't watch the news much now anymore. I went to some trashy website, and it's just everyone apologising.
Yeah, it's
either people are on some brave journey or everyone's just apologising.
Oh, brave journey. Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. You shouldn't have done that. Yeah, so Lizzo, that's like a stand-up joke. Hey, I'm so fat, I was fat-shamed by Lizzo. Hey, where are the peanuts? When you go to the zoo, do the elephants throw you peanuts? Oh, here he is, wheezing. You're up to your old
wheezy.
You old lung buster.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. So I'm just going through some paperwork. Right. God, I'm a very disorganised man. But what about, I was reading that the A in LGBTQA and all the others, A is asexual, and they are apparently a much maligned, they're repressed.
Yeah, of course they're
and
oppressed.
They're discriminated against.
Of course. They can't leave the house, these people.
I know, because they're not having sex with anybody.
Exactly.
No daughter of mine's going to go out with some shocking asexual. I'm not having that. I don't want any asexuals in this house not having sex. Look, the only time I discriminated against an asexual was when I had one kicked out of a club. But I was running a swingers club back in those days, Tony. I said, you're either in or you're out. You're an asexual. Well, get out. What are you doing here? Just eating the cocktail onions.
You're a tire kicker. Not even.
Get involved.
Exactly. Do some heavy lifting.
I'm afraid I'm going to have... You still got your pants on, and everyone's standing there in the nude going, we're going to have to discriminate against this guy. It's perverse.
Yeah, it is. It's sick.
It's sick. What else is it? Come on, think of things. It's shocking.
It's really problematic.
No, it's stunning.
It's violent. That sort of discrimination is actual literal violence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Repressed.
Yeah.
What about, I saw all these nude, middle-aged men, Tony, pretending to have sex on the back of a truck with a brass band playing. That's not really the behaviour of repressed people.
No, true. It's a bit hard to make that link.
Yep. All right.
Yeah. No.
You don't have to get into it.
No, I don't. I won't.
I'm just excited to be chatting to you again.
Well, I'm excited too, Darren.
You went to some jet show in the UK.
Yeah, I went on a tour and we went to museums and there was an air show in there and a cathedral or two.
Really? So where did you go? Somewhere all over the UK?
We went all over the UK. We went from London up to Birmingham to Lincoln to... where didn't we go?
Kent? Is this you and the family?
No, it was me and a group of other aviation nerds.
Oh, walking around in your boiler suit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I thought you would have taken the family in the car like the Griswold.
No, they won't do museums anymore. So no, they were. Yeah. I had to exclude them. I had to discriminate against them, Darren. So they suffered literal violence by me not taking them with me.
Yeah, that is disgusting. Did you hear that? Apparently, pizza delivery guys are harassing their customers.
Really?
Because they have their phone number. So the guy delivers the pizza. Pretty girl answers the door.
Yeah.
And then when he pedals off or drives off, ooh, pretty girl, and I've got her number.
Oh, I don't like that. So
he rings her back and says, hey, do you want a bit of extra pepperoni or something?
Whatever
and
that
about
means.
A third of them. There have been a lot of complaints.
Yeah, well, rightly so. That's not okay.
No. A bit of extra pepperoni.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I mean, that, as far as crimes go, that takes some topping. Thank you.
You've still got it.
I've still got it. I can't lose it no matter how hard I try, Darren.
If I was there now, I'd slap you hard in the face as a gesture of good mates.
Yeah, and then I'd
knock you out and then pour whiskey on your face to wake you up.
And then I'd come to.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Did you know... Now, this is so strange, but the World Chess Governing Board have banned trans chess players.
I did see that.
Trans women from playing in the women's section.
Yeah, they did, and they're one of an increasing number of sporting bodies to do so.
Because it's not fair.
Yeah.
Some of those chess pieces are so heavy. Like the king and the queen, they're really big, chunky bits. Yeah. And they're not as easy to lift up. And if you've been through puberty, Tony, you're picking up that rook, you're pushing it along, you're moving those parts far easier than a biological woman.
We often forget that, don't we?
We forget that. And also, chess, a lot of top chess is played in the nude, so it's just disgusting, and no one knows what's happening, and they can see all that mismatched genitalia and the general confusion. They have to stop it.
I agree. Well, often, there's a woman playing against a man and there's an awkward moment where she says to him, "Excuse me, are you looking at my chess?"
Yes. That's how it goes. So when you're in England, did you go, what about this nice old plane over here, and then knock it over?
No, oh, God, no. I did get told off for being in a cockpit once and touching buttons that I wasn't allowed to touch. Oh. But in a very English way. The man just said, "I'm sorry, please don't do that. We find spare parts terribly hard to find."
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he's doing his job.
I know.
When my wife and I were in New Zealand, and we went to quite a good air museum in the Marlborough. Is it Marlborough? The wine district.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Just right at the top of the South Island.
Okay, gotcha.
And we were there a couple of days, and I told you about this. They've remade an aeroplane, and it's got sort of part of one wing's broken off, and there's a model of there's a mannequin steering the plane, but his body's out on the wing.
Right.
And it's sort of a tribute to this guy who flew his plane back. He'd lost part of a wing, and he would have crashed and perished, but he found that by standing on the wing, by flying the plane but standing out on this half wing, he could keep it level. His body weight kept the plane level, and he got back over the channel and got home.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. I just stared at it. They've recreated this guy. They've made him out of tinfoil or something. He's got his gear on and his goggles, and he's standing on the wing, and you think, what is this? And then you read the plaque, and you go, wow, that's a hell of a guy.
And he probably didn't draw any attention to himself at all at the end of it. He just said, that was jolly rotten, and that was that.
A cigarette. Someone would have offered him a cigarette.
He would have, like he was a soldier in a stretcher coming off the Kokoda track. He
would have had a bandage all around all around his head.
Yeah. And instead of morphine or plasma or something like that, the doctor would have said, get a dart into that guy's stat.
I was in hospital once and I heard someone say stat.
Do they actually say it?
Them down the corridor. Did you just say stat? I've never heard it in real life. I've only seen it on TV.
Same.
But I also saw someone trying to escape, and they were running down the corridor, and they knocked over everything that was in their path. The tea lady, like everyone who happened to get in their way, they just knocked them all over.
Right.
That's how you escape.
From a hospital.
They ripped all those sticky things off. They had to go and... They were a respected journalist.
Of course they were.
Do you reckon when journalists are going through journalism school, there's a choice?
Yeah.
There's 101 journalism respected, or there's 101 journalism muckraking. And they choose. They have to make a choice, like say about halfway through their third year. You want to go respected? This side of the room, muckrakers over there. Right. And off they go, and slightly different syllabus.
Yeah.
I think that's how it works.
I think it probably is.
Hey, we're respected. Yeah, well, I'm a muckraker. Yeah. Just make small talk while I'm reading. Do you know about bagpipes?
Bagpipes. What about bagpipes?
Bagpipes. I found out that in Hungary and in other parts of Europe nearby, they make bagpipes out of like a sheep's body.
Okay.
Or a lamb's body.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like taxidermy, only it's sort of hollowed out, and they add a few things to it and put a pipe in it or whatever, and they play it. And they make bagpipes.
But who lets that happen?
Choose your words.
Who lets that happen? Because at the end, you've got a dead animal making a horrible sound.
Yes. Well, I don't know. It's been going on for hundreds of years, and it's a national thing. It's an old craft. It's an honour to be able to play one of these things and build them. It's not just in Hungary. They're around Greece and some of the other Balkan areas.
Oh, somebody ought to do something.
If you can make one out of a lamb, why couldn't you make one out of a bloke? Imagine a big set of bagpipes made out of a human.
That's something Hannibal Lecter would have done.
We're not going to bury Uncle Jack. We're going to make him into a set of bagpipes.
Right.
I just thought that's possible.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, thanks. That's all you needed to say. I guess so.
I guess so. I don't want to think about that.
All right, what about... I saw this clip. You know when people do dramatic staged wedding proposals?
Yes.
And those guys really plan it all. You've really got to know she's going to say yes.
Oh, man, that's a hell of a roll of the dice.
Yes. And I saw, this was in India, and this guy, and the woman, the young lady was. She was all. Might have been her 21st. She was all dressed up, and she was sort of seemed to be being celebrated. She was on a stage, and this guy comes up and suddenly starts to go down on the knees.
Oh, I've seen that. It's awful.
She's horrified.
Yes.
She's trying to get him in the armpits and get him back up. Do not do this.
Oh.
And he just keeps going like a dickhead.
Yeah.
And he slumps down on the floor, and she's furious. She wheels around, and just to the part of the screen, you can see the band is behind her. And she snatches a ukulele out of the hands of the guy behind her.
Yeah.
And hits this guy over the head really hard with it and knocks him out.
Yeah, good.
Is that the one you saw?
No, I saw another one at a college graduation, and it's so... it puts the person on the spot horribly, and everyone joins in and starts clapping, and they're going, oh, this is gorgeous. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's coercing consent out of somebody, and it really bothers me.
Yeah, because the guy has misread it, and he's an idiot.
Yeah.
And this woman's belted him really hard. And I thought, well, yeah, good on you, you're an idiot. Really hard with the ukulele.
Yeah.
And he appeared to be unconscious.
Well,
what if she turned around and there was a guy with bagpipes made out of a lamb, and she just have a bit of that and clubbed him to death?
Well, or she could have tied him to a chair and played the bagpipes at him, in which case he would have pleaded to be clubbed to death.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they're not getting married.
Yeah.
No way.
Well, there's a proposal story for the kids. Hey, Mum, tell us the story again. Well...
Hey, here's something crazy. I was thinking about mouse traps, because I used to have... I found that I had a couple of mice in a flat when I was living in St Kilda years ago. And I actually had two. I had Mr. and Mrs. Mouse. I think they were in love. And the first thing I did was, I'll go and get a mouse trap.
Yeah.
And I know we've done a bit of mouse trap humour on this segment, but I bought the mouse trap, and you don't put cheese on them.
You don't?
They're not that interested in cheese. Cheese, they're attracted by the smell of cheese. So if you've got if you get mice in your cupboard, it might be the cheese that's attracted them. But once they're there, they'll eat everything. They'll eat other things before they'll eat the cheese.
Right.
Just the cheese has a strong smell. So a cheese just alerts them to the fact. This is the one theory, anyway.
Okay.
But anyway, I read. I don't know if it said it on the packet, and a few people said, because everyone's got advice once you're in the mouse market, peanut butter or bacon.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Peanut butter and bacon.
Yep.
Have you heard that?
I have heard that, and I've tried both.
And I'm thinking, what are we trying to catch here? A mouse or Elvis? Because he loved peanut butter and bacon.
He did too. He flew his plane 1,400 miles to pick up some sandwiches that had peanut butter jelly and bacon in them.
Yes, all rammed in a hollowed-out loaf of bread.
That's right.
He loved peanut butter, and what if the mousetrap clicks and you walk in and Elvis is in your trap and he's singing, I'm caught in a trap, I can't walk. And you're going, hey, Elvis. And you're trying to get him out, but he doesn't understand because he's scared, so he's doing karate moves on you. I'm trying to help you. And he's just giving it the kick and the punch. Caught in a trap. And then when he is free, he starts doing that dance. Jailhouse rock. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. While we're doing that, funny voice, what about my old friend Rocky Balboa?
Oh, I didn't know.
I told you that.
I love it when Rocky visits us.
Yeah, I know. I like it when Rocky gets into my body. Take you out, Elvis. Punch your face.
He could have been heavyweight champion of the world.
Great to be back with you. Hey, I saw an ad for one of those. I think it was just boxing. It might have been a cage fight, but one guy's nickname was the Head Splitter.
Oh, that can never turn out well. No.
Your daughter's got a new boyfriend. Well, you better have her back by 10 o'clock. Honey, he's called the Head Splitter. Oh, keep her out all night then.
Right.
In a fight with anyone called the Head Splitter.
Well, I hope he's asexual.
How do you get a nickname, the Head Splitter?
I don't even want to think.
It's disgusting.
It could be a headache. Yeah, you have a splitting headache, maybe. Maybe he's just a pain in the backside to be around.
I don't know, but you're great. That's all I care about. Hey, I'm not timing it because I don't care. But anyway, I was reading about Haiti.
Yeah, in the
Haiti,
Caribbean,
next to the Dominican Republic.
Oh, yeah.
And every time you hear about or read anything about Haiti here, it's one of the poorest countries in the world.
Yeah.
They always say that.
Yeah, they do.
Which is a terrible way to be introduced. If every time someone tells my mate Tony, he's really poor.
Right, yes.
He may hit you up for some cash. Yeah. Really poor. Good guy, but really poor. But did you know, Tony, they're world leaders in voodoo.
Oh, I've noticed that. Yes, they are. 60 Minutes did a story on it about 40 years ago, I remember. Yeah.
World leaders.
World leaders.
So I've forgotten my joke. Right. They're world leaders in voodoo. It makes me think a little bit too much putting pins in dolls and not enough getting a job.
Right.
Priorities are messed up.
Don't they? They've come to a fork in the road. They need to decide which it is they're going to do.
What's it going to be? And every time the finance minister tries to bring in some policy that's really going to help them financially, as he's announcing, he starts punching himself in the head and going, "My legs, they burn. I can't see." And he falls to the ground and starts flapping about. It just happens every time.
Every time.
They ruin their own finances. It's bad. Did you know, you'll love this, I was reading a book by Tony Wheeler, the guy who invented Lonely Planet.
Oh, yes. Yep.
And he was in Haiti, and he said that there is still a law in Haiti that makes it illegal to turn someone into a zombie.
Well, it's illegal then. I imagine that stamped out that practice then.
Well, what that means is if you do come across a zombie in Haiti and he's coming at you with those hungry eyes, that would be a black market zombie.
Right. And one without a warranty.
Yeah.
Or you've got no consumer rights whatsoever.
When they come up and they're about to bite, you just go, "Have you got a permit? Have you got a permit for yourself?" And watch them all skulking back into the shadows. Black market zombies.
No, you've really asked for a certificate of authenticity.
Yeah.
I hate off-market zombies. They really annoy me.
I know.
Yeah.
There's the government issue ones that are really flimsy and can't run very fast and can't eat much, but those robust black market zombies, they're shockers.
I hate them.
They stink. I'm happy to discuss it with you because I hate them, and you know I do.
I do.
Because they stink and they got poured. They smell. They're bad calcium levels.
Yeah.
Bones break easy.
And their manners are terrible. I had one eat my brains, and you think there'd be a note afterwards just describing, "Thank you for your hospitality. I found your brains to be delicious."
Yes.
Nothing like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What else is going on?
I don't know. I'm still recovering from Elvis being caught in a mousetrap.
Caught in a trap. I love Elvis.
Yeah, so do I.
Sad that he went the way he went.
I think they should at least at Graceland, the toilet where he died should be someplace you can visit.
I think it is.
Well, no, you can't. They don't kind of ignore. I had a caller the other day who said that whole thing has been airbrushed out of the whole Elvis story.
I guess it's a bit sad. Well, it's pathetic, I guess. But I believe the toilet is there, but it's roped off or something.
Right, okay.
Too bad if you've just had a bad curry or something and just a rope can't hurt. Step over.
Oh, it's a sacred
What are you doing in there? That's the Elvis.
No, you can't do that.
Own personal one.
Oh.
Do you know about shark repellent wristbands?
No, no, I don't.
Well, there's all different types.
Yeah.
They give off some kind of sonar beam.
Oh, okay.
It's not like Batman. He had an aerosol can spray in his utility belt, and he sprayed the sharks.
He did too. He had Yeah, you're right. That was standard issue.
Repellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had bat shark repellent.
Yeah.
What if he needed a repellent against bats? Be like a bat repellent. Bat.
If he came down with an almost lethal case of self-rejection, that he'd need a psychiatrist in that case, not a repellent.
I like the way you think.
That's
self-repellent.
Yeah, I mean that he'd be in all sorts of psychological torment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's hope it never comes to that for Mr. Bat.
What about Sting? When Sting passes away,
yeah,
will he be known as Stung? Do we go into the past tense?
Darren, we're going to end on that note because we have to.
Oh. Yeah, look, I was not going to stop until you said so. I didn't care. I was just going to keep eating second and third helping.
Oh, Darren.
So, thanks for having me back, and I'll be back again. Not next week, but I'm always going to be near.
Well, good.
And I hope the listeners are having a great time.
Well, they are. If you're back, that means they are. So thank you, Darren.
It's a pleasure. I'll see you later.
Thank you very much.